symphony.
Bodies, blood on the floor. Sacrifice more.
Prestige Performing Arts Academy. Prestige Performing Arts Academy.
Last night, I had a dream. I was on stage. Blinded by lights so hot they didn't illuminate, they interrogated. My mouth moved, but nothing came out. No sound, no breath, just that thick, suffocating silence, the kind that wraps around your throat like a second skin. The audience didn't flinch. Rows of perfect smiles and hollow eyes, staring like they were born just to watch me fail. And then, like some divine punchline, the stage gave out from under me. I fell through velvet curtains, down polished staircases, past trophy cases that whispered about kids who came before me. I dropped all the way to the basement where they kept the ones who didn't make it. And they were still performing, still trying, still smiling, teeth grinding under the spotlight no one clapped for. I woke up sweaty and silent, and still had to go to school. Some buildings don't breathe, they consume. Prestige is one of those buildings. You don't attend it, you survive it. You enter with a name and leave a silhouette. It doesn't teach, it repurposes. Every hallway is a filter, every stage a scalpel, and every student, just another offering to a system obsessed with polish. It's not about being raw, it's about being perfect. I didn't come for applause, I came for blood. The TV buzzes in the corner while I stand in front of the mirror, fighting with my tie like it insulted my mother. And Arbor Farms, a taste to die for. The commercial blares in its too perfect tone. A pale kid sinks his teeth into a pear like he's auditioning for a cologne ad. I stare at the screen long enough to feel uncomfortable, then hit mute. The silence feels like it belongs more than the commercial did. I look back at the mirror, my tie's crooked. My hoodies still got streaks of mural paint. My eyes look like they didn't sleep. The tie tightens again. Too tight. That's when I slip into what I call the circulus. Latin for loop. It's the place my mind goes when the world gets too quiet and my thoughts start crawling up the walls. Is this polyester trying to kill me? My dad calls out from the hallway. Wolf, you good? Let's roll. I don't answer right away. What if Prestige isn't a school? What if it's a factory? What if I'm the first thing they plan to break and recycle? Right before we left, I felt something weird under the kitchen floor. Like a hum, low and deep, almost like when your phone vibrates on a desk. But this came from the ground, slow and low, like the city had lungs and it just rolled over in its sleep. I paused by the vent. It rattled once, not loud, just enough to stop me. My dad was already outside, calling from the car. I stared at the floor like it had moved, and for a second, no joke, the kitchen felt wrong. Not scary, not haunted, just out of order, like I'd already been in this exact moment before. Not earlier today, but sometime else. Maybe yesterday, maybe not yet. I looked out the window. The big maple trees across the street weren't swaying, but their branches looked like they were leaning in, like they were pointing at the house, like they were waiting. I shook my head and snapped out of it. Focus, I muttered. I grabbed my bag, flipped the lock on the back door, then the front. I made sure both were tight, like someone was going to check after me. As I stepped out, I glanced over my shoulder. Just a house. My house. Still there. Still ordinary. But as I got into the passenger seat and slammed the car door, a chill ran down my spine. That weird, crawling feeling like you forgot something important, but can't remember what. My dad reversed out of the driveway. I turned to look back one more time, and the house was already gone. Not disappeared, not magic, just shrinking in the rear view like it didn't care I'd left, like it never expected me to come back. And just before the turn at the end of the block, I whispered to myself without knowing why, if it dreams in pieces, don't be the one who wakes it whole. The house disappears behind us, slow, distant. But my chest still feels tight, like I forgot to bring something. Except it's not a thing. It's more like I left a part of me back there. Like a version of me is still standing on the porch, watching this version pull off without him. My dad doesn't say anything, just hums along to some old soul track from the station he always plays. Curtis Mayfield or someone like that. You know the type, all groove and pain wrapped in velvet. We roll through the east side, passing what's left of Highland Gardens before cutting toward Mid-Mile. Every block, the city's changing. Old paint getting covered by murals that try too hard. Vacants turning into urban lofts. And that juice shack on Belmont where the laundromat used to be, charging $12 for sea moss and elderflower shots. Detroit's trying to cosplay clean. But I remember the dirt. We slow near a bus bench at Grimshaw and Tumble. I see it again. They watch the watchers. Spray painted in red. Still wet. Still dripping. Same weird font. Same hand. Same warning. I saw it behind a shuttered-up Coney spot over on 7 Mile last week. Tagged across the old dumpster like a dare. My dad doesn't notice, but I do. Whoever's putting this up, they ain't doing it for clout. They're leaving it for people like me. We're 2 blocks from Prestige when it happens. We're cruising through Belmont toward the Academy Loop, and this matte black SUV slides into our lane without warning. No blinkers, no hesitation, just big money nerve. My dad slams the brakes, doesn't curse, but I can hear it in his breath. The truck pulls ahead, slow and confident, like it knows we can't touch it. And then we turn the corner. Prestige Performing Arts Academy, High School. Yeah, that's the whole name. And it looks like it knows it's too good for us. The building's damn near Gothic. Tall columns, arched entrances, all white stone and gray trim like it was pulled straight out of some East Coast brochure. There's a marble crest above the main doors, a performance mask wrapped in laurel leaves and gold thread, holding a quill in its teeth. It looks like a place where secrets get good grades. The kids outside look like magazine spreads. Burgundy blazers sharp enough to cut glass. Designer loafers, cropped sweaters. Even the ones dressed down look like they had help doing it. And they move with that slow confidence. Like they don't walk, they glide. Security's up front. 2 guards in navy prestige windbreakers posted beside a folding gate that's probably more for looks than safety. I can see them checking passes, nodding at certain cars, waving others along like they already know who matters. I shift in my seat. I feel out of place, and we're not even on the sidewalk yet. That's when it happens again. Same SUV, matte black, smooth as a threat. Right as my dad eases toward an open spot near the faculty line, the truck glides in. No hesitation, no apology, just entitlement on wheels. Same plate, custom, filed. It doesn't park. Claims. My dad lets out a dry chuckle. Man, all right. We circle the lot. Find a spot near the side, by the Art Wings loading ramp. I keep my eyes on the truck the whole time. I don't know who's inside yet, but I know we'll meet. And when we do, it's already personal. As my dad parks, I glance into the side mirror. I see myself, but something's wrong. It's subtle. My reflection isn't synced, like it's hesitating before copying me. I blink slowly, raise my hand. The mirror wolf follows, but there's a half-second lag, like it's buffering. My chest tightens, just slightly, then it clicks back into sync. Normal, nothing to see here. I look down to grab my bag. That's when it happens. A page slips out of my sketchbook, not one I remember pulling. It floats straight into the wind, not hard or fast, just casually rude. It spins across the parking lot like it knows I won't chase it. I take a step, but my dad's already grabbing the keys and locking the doors. The paper drifts under a parked car. Out of reach. I could go after it, but I don't. It's gone. I count it as a loss. Just another page no one will see. We start walking toward the front entrance of Prestige Performing Arts Academy, High School. The closer we get, the heavier the air feels. Not hot, not cold, just thicker, like the atmosphere knows it's above me. The building itself looks like an audition you're already failing. Glass, marble, gray stone columns so tall they feel like they're watching. The gold-crested doors shine too much, like they're trying to blind you into forgetting you don't belong. That's when I hear them. Two older students, leaning against the side of the security gate. Blazers crisp, energy like they know they're ranked high. "She's not missing," one says. "She's looped." It's different. Looped? The word hits me, harder than it should. I feel it sit heavy in my chest, crawling into the part of my brain where the circulus lives. Then the second one says it low and calm. "She walked through dry places, seeking rest, but she found none." I freeze. That's scripture. I know it. Matthew 12 verse 43. My grandmother used to whisper it like a bedtime story with teeth. About unclean spirits, about wandering, about what happens when something leaves and comes back with more. I keep walking, but slower now. The first student glances over, notices me staring. He doesn't say anything, just smirks, like I heard exactly what I was supposed to. The door's right in front of us now, but as I step forward, something grabs my shoe. Not a person, not a sound, just a pull. I glance down. Gum. A dull, gray slab of it, stretched between the sole of my sneaker and the tile like a tired ghost. The weird thing is, it's dry, cracked, like it's been there for months, but it clings like it's fresh. I rock my foot back and forth, trying to shake it. It doesn't budge. "What the?" My dad turns around, sees me frozen. "You good?" "Yeah. I just stepped in something." He squats down, pulls a pen from his blazer, and scrapes the gum off the side of my shoe with the kind of surgical precision you'd expect from someone used to solving problems too fast. "It's dry," I mutter, still staring at it. "Like really dry." "So how?" "Don't overthink it," he says, standing back up. "You're just nervous." But as we step forward again, I swear I feel it. Something resisting. Not strong, just present, like a door hinge fighting back. My dad pulls the glass handle. The door swings open. He gestures for me to go first. I take a breath, and I step inside. The moment we step inside, everything changes. The air hits colder than outside. Not like a sea cold, more like refrigerator cold. Stiff, processed, like the building wants to preserve you, not welcome you. Our footsteps click against the marble. Each step feels like a tap on glass. Too loud, too revealing. The front lobby stretches wide, clean and overly silent. Even the echoes sound muted, like they're scared to bounce back wrong. There's a chandelier overhead, but it doesn't give off warmth. Just light, white and clinical. A desk sits dead center beneath it. Behind it, the receptionist doesn't look up. She's typing, not fast, just consistent, like a metronome with acrylic nails. My dad leans in and whispers, "You bring your sketchbook, right? Your portfolio." I nod, half lying. "I mean, I've got something, but I don't know if it's what they expect." The receptionist raises one finger without looking. "Second floor, end of the hallway.
The restrooms are on the
Principal
second floor
Gray."
at the end
That's
of the
it.
hallway.
No smile, no welcome, just directions. Like we're lost already. We keep walking. The hallway stretches long and strange. The floor's still marble, but darker now. Like it remembers more things than it should. Trophies, medals, preserved costumes, masks under glass cases. Too much pride on display. Too much silence around it. The class photos make it worse. Older ones look normal, messy, real. The recent ones, everyone's polished, symmetrical. Their eyes stare back too long. As we approach the staircase, my dad asks again, casually, "You did pack your portfolio, right?" Same tone, same rhythm, like deja vu that knows it's being watched. I glance at him. "Yeah, you just asked that." He chuckles. "Just checking." A few steps later, my dad stops. "Gonna hit the restroom real quick," he says, nodding to a door just off the hallway. I wait. He goes in. A few seconds pass. Then the door creaks back open. He walks out, but something's off. He's moving slower, straighter, like he's rehearsing how to be himself. His shirt's untucked now. It wasn't before. And the smell, it's wrong. Less cologne, more chemical. Like air freshener over
Where's your
metal.
sketchbook?
He walks beside
Where's
me
your
again.
sketchbook?
You brought your sketchbook, right? I stop. He looks at me, smiling. You brought your sketchbook, right? My stomach flips. You brought your sketchbook, right? He says it again, and again, and again. Same tone, same pacing, like someone hit replay. Stop. I whisper. He keeps going. Stop it. Louder. Stop it. I blink. He's gone. No one's there. Just students in the hall staring at me like I screamed for no reason. One of them, tall, glossy uniform, posture too perfect, leans toward another and whispers, "Is the new kid looping already?" Another voice adds, "Third one this month." I freeze. That word again. Looped. Circulus. Latin. It means loop, or trap, or cycle. The kind of thing that doesn't end, just repeats. And the way they said it, like it's expected. Like I'm not the first, just the latest spiral waiting to happen. Then the bathroom door flies open behind me. My dad jogs out, adjusting his watch. "You good?" he says. "You looked like you saw something." I just nod. My mind's still catching up. My heart's still sprinting. As we walk toward the main office, I zone out. Hard. Trying to explain it to myself. Trying to stay sane. And for some reason, I think of that documentary I saw in 8th grade, the one on the double slit experiment. About how electrons act different when you watch them. How just observing something can change it. They split beams of light through 2 slits and expected a pattern. What they got was possibility, collapse, choice folding over itself. And I remember the narrator's voice, calm and clinical. Reality, when unobserved, becomes probability. What if that's what happened in the bathroom? What if I saw something that wasn't meant to be looked at? Or worse, what if something looked back? My dad's talking again, but I barely hear him. We're almost at the office now. Gold letters shine on the door ahead. Principal G. Gray, headmaster. I straighten my hoodie, swallow hard, and keep walking. As we near the door to Principal Gray's office, something shifts. Out the corner of my eye, down the side hallway by the lockers, I see her, a girl. She's standing completely still. Full prestige uniform, burgundy blazer fitted just right, pleated skirt catching the hallway light like it's supposed to be part of a spotlight. Her hair falls down her back like a curtain, black, clean, no frizz, no mistakes, and she's beautiful, like distractingly beautiful, not in some cheesy music video way, more like something carved, like her face was designed to make you pause, just long enough to forget where you were headed. And then there's the smell, soft, floral, like crushed violets and something deeper, almost nostalgic, like the air around her wasn't part of the school. She's standing in front of a locker labeled in thick white marker, Echo. She's not opening it, not even touching it. She's just whispering to it, over and over, slow, almost like a prayer. And even though I can't hear the words, I feel them, behind my ribs. Then her head turns, not fast, just slow and deliberate, like a marionette remembering it had a neck. Her eyes lock onto mine. I freeze. She doesn't flinch, doesn't look away. And then she smiles, but not with her eyes. I take a step forward, heart loud in my ears. Who is she? And just like that, she's gone. Not walked away, not turned a corner, just gone, like the hallway edited her out. I blink hard, rub my eyes. Was that real? Maybe I'm just tired, still tripping off that nightmare. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I shake my head, trying to snap out of it. My dad's at the office door already, adjusting his collar like nothing happened. I take one last look down the hallway. The locker's still there, still labeled Echo, but the air smells like nothing now. I hurry to catch up. The door clicks shut behind me. Principal Gray's office is warm, but not comforting. More like museum warm, just enough to keep things from breaking, but not enough to make you stay. The floors are mahogany. The walls are lined with framed degrees, school crests, and a few awards I don't recognize but instantly feel beneath. There's a long window that lets in light like it's on a schedule. And behind the massive desk, centered like a throne, Gray, Principal Garrison Gray. His posture is straight, but not stiff. His suit is navy with gold cufflinks. His face doesn't smile. It's more like it lets you know when it's disappointed. His voice is calm, calculated. Mr. Day Roses, we've been expecting you. My dad shakes his hand with the kind of grip adults do when they want to show they're competent but not desperate. They start talking about transcripts, entrance rankings, placement evaluations, stuff that sounds important but feels like a performance. I tune it out. There's a massive fish tank behind Gray's desk. But there are no fish, just carefully stacked stones. White, smooth, perfectly arranged like they were measured with rulers and tweezers. The tank hums faintly, lit from within, like it's waiting for something that hasn't arrived yet, or something that used to be there but isn't anymore. The door clicks open behind us. I turn. 2 girls walk in, synchronized like choreography. Same blazer, same posture. One has a white headband, the other a ballerina bun tight enough to cut circulation. Behind them, a woman in a white coat, tall, elegant, flawless in that way that makes you wonder what she looked like before all the upgrades. She doesn't say a word. Gray nods at them, and just like that, they sing. No warning, no cue. Their voices hit like glass wrapped in velvet. Sharp, smooth, painfully perfect. It's like their mouths were engineered to make you feel inadequate. Every note is exact. Their harmonies fold over each other like mirrors. My chest tightens. I don't even know what song it is, but I know I'll never forget it. When they stop, the silence is heavier than their sound. Gray nods once, proving. The woman in white doesn't smile, not really. Just lifts her chin like the outcome was never in doubt. The girls turn. One says, "Come on, Elena." That name sticks. Elena, filed, logged, etched into the part of my brain where competition lives. They exit. My dad leans toward me, smiling. That could be you. I think to myself, sure, Dad, if I sell a kidney and the rest of my soul. Principal Gray leans back slightly in his chair, fingers tapping a rhythm on the desk that sounds rehearsed. Like even his pauses have precision. "You're unusual," he says, studying me like I'm a chess piece he hasn't decided how to use. And unusual can be useful if guided. My dad nods, but his eyes flick to me like he's wondering what Gray sees. Then Principal Gray presses a button on his desk. Calm, intentional. Send in Mr. Brooks. The door opens a few seconds later, and this kid walks in like he's late for a runway and early for judgment. Perfect posture, burgundy blazer, gold crest shining, not a wrinkle in sight, polished dress shoes, tailored slacks, shirt so crisp you could cut yourself on the collar. Half Asian, slick undercut, skin like he exfoliates with unicorn tears. He doesn't walk, he arrives. His eyes sweep the room once, land on me, and pause just long enough to assess my entire existence. "You're the new kid?" he says. I nod, once unsure what version of myself he's already ranked me as. He exhales, slow and surgical. "Cool. You've already ruined my morning and haven't said a word." Before I can even think of a comeback, he turns to Principal Gray. "This the legacy drop-in?" Gray nods. Brooks just smirks. "Figures." He looks back at me. "Come on, I'll show you around. Try not to blink." They smell confusion. My dad gives me a thumbs up as he turns toward a stack of paperwork on Gray's desk. "Don't break anything," he says. "Can't break what's already cracked." I mutter under my breath. Brooks steps into the hallway like it's his stage and the school is the audience. I follow him. The office door clicks closed behind us. The second the office door shuts behind me, the silence changes. It's not the same silence from before. It's thicker now, like the school inhaled when I walked in, and hasn't exhaled yet. Mr. Brooks walks a few steps ahead, not bothering to look back. He moves like he's memorized the floor plan, like the halls bend for him. Me? I trail behind, trying not to stare too long at anything that might stare back. The lights overhead flicker once. Not enough to panic, just enough to feel deliberate. We pass a wide hallway with glass trophy cases stacked to the ceiling. Inside, glinting medals, cracked ballet shoes, burnt sheet music. Some awards look decades old. Others look like they've been replaced recently. Too recently. Then, just as we round a corner, a shadow moves across the far end of the hallway. Tall man, slim build, long black coat that brushes his ankles like he's floating. Bald head, jet black goatee. He walks past a window but doesn't cast a shadow. I freeze. Brooks keeps walking. Yo, I whisper. Did you see that guy? Brooks doesn't turn. If you mean Mr. Clay, ignore him. He's head of focus. No one really knows what that means. He just shows up, watches. I glance back. The man is gone. Was he even? He's real, Brooks says. We think. He says it like it's a joke, but there's something in his voice that feels practiced. I walk a little faster. We pass a bulletin board filled with headshots, all black and white, all labeled in gold marker. Every student smiling, teeth perfect, eyes too bright. One photo has been scratched out, not torn, not removed, just unmarked. I glance toward Brooks again. He doesn't slow down. I look back at the scratched out photo. It's not just crossed out. There's something scribbled beneath the X, small, just under the frame. I lean in, squinting. It says, "If you remember her, she remembers you." Then, just for a second, I feel watched. Not from the front, not from the sides, from behind the wall. I straighten up. Brooks calls over his shoulder, "Let's go, Legacy, before they think you're lost already." I pick up my pace, forcing my sketchbook tighter against my ribs. The hallway stretches out ahead like a throat made of trophy glass. I walk faster, and the school doesn't blink. Brooks moves like the halls belong to him. He doesn't explain anything unless I ask. And I don't. Not yet. I'm still trying to process how every corridor smells like ambition and money. Like the walls have tasted legacy and developed a palate for it. We pass a mural of alumni portraits, stylized, painted like saints. Gold leaf frames, perfect smiles, dead eyes. Brooks waves toward it without breaking stride. That wall's mostly politics. Half of them got in because their parents own parts of the school. We turn down another corridor. This one's quieter, dimmer. The floor shifts to stone tile, black and red, like walking inside a bruise. Down there's the old theater wing, he says. Nobody uses it anymore. Not since the flood. Flood? Yep, he says, then glances at me. Except there was no water. I wait for more. He doesn't give it. We pass a staircase, wide, iron-wrought spiral banisters like something torn from a Gothic cathedral. It looks ancient, ornate, out of place in a building so polished. Brooks pauses just long enough to point at it. Don't take that stairwell alone. Ever. Why? He just shrugs. School rule. That's not a rule. Exactly. He moves on. There's a cluster of lockers ahead. One of them is older than the rest, painted matte black, faintly rusted at the hinges. The number plate's missing, but someone scratched the word Echo into the top in permanent marker. A girl stands in front of it. She's whispering to the locker, not in a playful way, in a way that feels sacred. Her voice is too soft to catch, but her posture is rigid, intent, like she's reciting something that's not hers. I slow down, staring. Her skin is warm brown, copper-lit by the hallway light. Her curls rest in soft spirals down her back. She smells like sandalwood and summer rain, the kind of scent that belongs to someone you notice before you even see them. There's something about her off but not wrong. Her body language doesn't belong to now. She looks maybe 15, same age as me. Then, just for a second, I blink. She's gone. My heart jumps, but then I catch movement in my peripheral. She didn't vanish. She just shifted behind me, quiet, precise, almost too smooth. "Hey, Wolf," she says like it's not a big deal. Her voice is soft, but not shy. Musical, almost. "I saw you earlier, in the hallway by my locker. You looked curious. I was late for class, or I would have said hi then." I blink. trying to form words. She smiles gently and steps into the light. I'm Nia Calloway, 15. Expression category. Credit, Echo. I stare, nodding slowly, like her name means something I should remember. Brooke sighs and steps between us. Wolf, don't listen to her. She's looped. Nia tilts her head. Looped isn't broken. It's just unmeasured. Different timing. Brooke scoffs. She's Echo. Ask too many questions and you might end up muted. Happens all the time. People forget you exist. And eventually you do too. I glance at her. She doesn't look dangerous. She looks sad, but not weak. She raises her brow at Brooks. Still filling new kids with mystery stories and fake rules, huh? Brooks ignores her. Apex is key. You'll learn that if you want to survive here. Nia's gaze stays on me. Ignore him. They love pretending prestige is haunted when really, it's just infected. She turns to walk away. Still real. Still there. But part of me wonders, was she warning me or pulling me in? Brooks is already walking ahead. Tours over this way, he says. I hesitate, then follow. But I glance back one more time. She's already gone around the corner. Still Echo. Still looped. And for the first time today, I don't know if that's something I should fear or follow. Brooks turns sharply and waves me down a new corridor. Polished white tile, LED lit, too clean for comfort. Come on, you've only seen the weird parts, he says, smug. Let me show you where the Apex kids hang. The air changes sharper, drier. Even the climate control feels exclusive. We enter a hall lined with glowing glass cases. Inside, custom point shoes with diamond-tipped toes, gold-plated sax mouthpieces, engraved metronomes etched with family crests. All real, all used, all perfectly frozen mid-brag. My fingers twitch just walking by. The whole hallway smells like white florals and linen spray. Expensive, manufactured, not quite real. That's the conservatory wing, Brooks says. Cost more than 5 charter schools combined. They say the acoustics in there can capture ghosts. He doesn't laugh. Neither do I. We cut through a glass arch and into the cafeteria, or what I thought was one. It's massive. High ceilings. Sunlight pouring through digital skylights that simulate golden hour no matter the time. Marble counters. A sushi bar. Flatbread ovens. Digital menus that shimmer like casino signs. Everything smells too good to be school food. Roasted garlic, warm bread, sliced citrus. The floors are spotless. Even the trash cans are touchless. A private chef in full white flips an omelet behind a curved counter. He wears silver gloves. His smile is off. Too symmetrical. Kids glide by like they're in a fashion shoot. Burgundy blazers. Designer backpacks. Phones with 0 cracks. Most fracture tier kids eat outside or in the arts hall. Brooks mutters. Vending machine if you're lucky. This place is for Apex. And donors. I nod, but my eyes drift to the back corner of the lunchroom. That's when I see her. The lunch lady. Not dressed like the rest. She wears a faded smock over her uniform. Her hair's pulled into a messy bun. And she's got something in her hand. A brown paper bag. Grease-stained. Folded tight. She passes it to a man in a black jacket with red stitching at the cuffs. He's not faculty. Not a parent. Tattoos peek from his collar. One sleeve is missing a patch. It looks deliberate. Like a symbol. They don't speak. They nod. The man slides a black envelope across the counter. She palms it like it's routine. I blink. By the time I glance again, they're gone. Brooks keeps walking. Doesn't notice. Doesn't care. We pass a tall glass room off to the side. No one's in it. Inside, a single microphone, suspended midair. What's that? Brooks lowers his voice. The whisper vault. Vocal majors rehearse in there. Some confess. Confess. It records everything, but never plays it back. Some people say it records your shadow version. Your echo. He taps the glass with 2 fingers. They say one girl walked out crying. Said someone else sang her song back. With her voice, but better. I don't say anything. Outside one final door, A blue light flickers against a sealed panel. No handle, just glow. I catch a faint sound, like someone whispering inside the walls. Looped, it's barely there, like my name being said with a mouth full of static. I freeze. Brooks doesn't. Come on, he says. Tour's almost done. We loop back toward the front lobby. Brooks slows as we pass the same receptionist who never looked up. She still doesn't. My dad's standing near the exit, flipping through a thick folder of papers. Gray's voice echoes faintly from behind us. Mr. Day Roses. We all turn. Principal Gray approaches with that same polished calm. His tie's still straight. His shoes don't make a sound. He glances at Brooks. Thank you. That'll be all. Brooks shrugs, gives me a parting look, half smirk, half warning, and vanishes into the hall without a word. Gray turns to my dad. We've reviewed Wolf's transcripts, his independent project work, his test scores. My dad raises an eyebrow. Already? Gray nods once. Prestige isn't a place for hesitation. And your son? His file caught the attention of our expression board. I raise an eyebrow. I have a file? Gray continues. We'd like to invite Wolf to begin today. I blink. My dad looks at me, then back at Gray. Today? You're sure? Gray gestures slightly. This environment favors immersion. Students either adapt quickly or they don't at all. This has to be a setup. My hoodie still smells like spray paint and nerves. I haven't even seen a class schedule. Don't worry, Gray adds, as if reading my doubt. We've placed him in a rotation to assess fit. Observation only for now. He turns to the receptionist. Get him a temporary ID, escort pass, and one of the burgundy wraps from the theater department. She sighs, reaches under the desk, and pulls out a plastic badge and a folded prestige scarf. Not the full blazer, but enough to signal that I'm in. The badge has my name on it already. Welcome to Prestige, Mr. Day Roses. He says it like I've already agreed, like it was always going to happen this way. I clutch the badge, eyes flicking between Gray, the front doors, and the glinting hallway ahead. It's official. I'm not visiting anymore. I'm inside. As Gray walks off and my dad finishes up the last of the paperwork, I slide the burgundy wrap over my hoodie. It's soft, too soft, like it was ironed by someone who gets paid to smile with their teeth. I glance down at my name badge. The lamination is already peeling at the edge. The moment it touches my chest, I feel it like static, but colder. Not shock, just pressure. A reminder that I'm marked now. The receptionist hums something tuneless. I think it's supposed to be classical, but it's too slow, like a funeral march wearing perfume. I drift a few steps toward the front lobby windows. That's when I spot him. Mr. Langston, suit tailored like it was sewn directly onto his skeleton. Posture rigid, sharp, like a warning in human form. He's standing near the front entrance, motioning to two members of the custodial staff. No, not motioning, commanding. One tries to explain something about the supply closet key rotation, but Langston cuts him off with a flick of his hand. Sharp, final. The staff member nods like his job depends on it. Maybe it does. Langston adjusts his cufflink, then turns, and locks eyes with me. No words, just pressure. That same feeling you get when a dog stares too long. Not barking, not growling, just watching, judging how fast you can run. I hold the gaze for a second too long. His eyes narrow. Then, just as casually, he turns away and vanishes behind the board access door like I don't even rate a second thought. My hands feel suddenly heavier. I blink, shake it off, and look back outside. The black Muddo truck from earlier is still parked in the same spot. Idling. Engine off. Lights off. But someone's inside. I can't see the face, just the silhouette. Upright. Watching. The moment I squint, the window tint flashes a weird blue, like old TV static, then goes black again. Focus. My stomach rumbles. I hadn't noticed it until now. I turn toward the vending machines by the music wing, just past the receptionist's desk. That's when I see it. One of the cafeteria workers, same white apron, Prestige logo stitched near the collar. leaning against the stairwell wall. But she's not alone. A man is talking to her. Not a teacher. Not a student. He's wearing a long coat and sunglasses inside. He looks like someone who belongs on the other side of town. Not in a school this clean. He hands her something. Cash? A slip of paper? She passes him a sealed white box. He tucks it into his coat and walks toward the back exit. She adjusts her apron like nothing happened. My senses go full alert. The air smells faintly sweet, but sharp, like sugar hiding a hint of vinegar. The hum from the chandelier above. It's too fast, too constant, like something's wrong with the current, like it's warning us. I take one step back toward the hallway. Wolf! My dad's waving from the door to the administration wing. You ready? I nod, pushing the image of the man in the coat out of my head. I slide the wrap tighter around my chest. Still feels like I'm being choked. Politely, and I walk toward whatever's next. My dad adjusts his tie, even though no one's looking. I'll be back to pick you up around 3, he says, trying to sound casual, like this is just some orientation day, not the biggest shift in both our lives. Principal Gray clasps his hands behind his back, ever smiling but never warm. Construction on the new residential wing is nearly finished. After midterms, we'll have our first ever on-campus housing. Room and board will be offered to qualifying students. My dad raises his brows. You mean, y'all turning prestige into a college now? Gray chuckles. Some would say it always was. That lands heavier than it should. Dad turns to me, fishing a folded bill from his pocket. It's crisp, probably fresh from the ATM. Here, he says, grab lunch, or bribe someone cool. I smirk, but don't say much. He puts a hand on my shoulder. Not heavy, not soft, just there. I'm sorry this all moved so fast, he says, but I believe in you. You hear me? I nod. Good. First day, clean slate. Go in there and do what you do. He gives my shoulder one final squeeze, then walks toward the exit. I watch him go, trying to memorize the sound of his footsteps, the way his jacket creases as he pushes the doors open, the way the light hits his back as he leaves. And that's when I feel it, like a cold shadow brushing the edge of my sleeve. Interesting entrance, a voice says beside me. I turn. Mr. Langston, stepping out from one of the side corridors like he's been waiting in the wings for his cue. His suit looks like money. His expression looks like court documents. I take it you're Wolf Day Roses, he says, like the name itself is a question mark. I nod. He looks me over, not like a person, like a purchase. A hoodie? He asks, tone dipped in disbelief. Before I can respond, Principal Gray returns, smile polished, tone smooth. Mr. Langston, he says, I trust everything's in order? Langston doesn't answer him, just keeps staring at me. Finally, he leans in, not too close, just enough that I can smell his cologne. Something chemical and expensive. I hope you understand the pressure you're under, son. We built this place to be elite, not experimental. He straightens his cuffs and walks off without waiting for a reply. Gray watches him go, then glances at me. Don't let him shake you. Some people confuse tradition with ownership. He waves me forward toward a hallway. Let's get you to class, Mr. Day Roses. As Principal Gray nods for Brooks to lead me out, the hallway door swings open like it's been kicked by divine fury. Boom. Mr. Langston storms in, voice already boiling with venom. This is outrageous. Heads turn. Staff freeze mid-step. A few students glance up from their phones like the school just hit record. Alexander is apex. Langston barks, gesturing toward a boy posted at the end of the hall. Posture perfect, blazer sharp enough to draw blood. He is ranked, uniformed, disciplined. And this, he jabs a finger at me like I'm a smudge on a museum wall. This one walks in looking like a street merchant fresh off the 9-mile swap meet. The crowd gathers fast. Not too close, just enough to feel the static. Phones rise without apology. Even the walls seem to lean in. Alexander Langston doesn't react. He just stands there calm, curated. Like drama is beneath him, but he's logging every second of it for later. Then the crowd parts. She steps forward, tall, bronze-skinned, eyes like they've already laughed at the punchline. Talia Rivers. She doesn't say anything at first, just lifts one of the display chairs bolted to the wall, twirls it once like it weighs nothing. "Your name's Wolf?" she asks with a smirk. "Who let the dog in?" Laughter spreads, not cruel but sharp, rehearsed, like they've been waiting for this moment since the bell rang. My fingers curl. I'm ready to bite back, but Principal Gray steps in like a curtain drop, palms raised. "Mr. Langston," he says, voice razor smooth. "We've discussed this." Langston's face tightens. "This is not what was agreed upon. My son earned his place. He climbed, he clawed, and now you let this walk these halls without rank, without uniform." Gray doesn't blink. "And what exactly do you think you're risking?" Langston's eyes narrow. Gray leans in just enough. "Do you want another incident like last year?" The air thins, and then it hits. Nia Calloway. The name lands like glass underfoot. A few students go silent. Even the ones still holding their phones slowly lower them. Langston hesitates just for a breath. Gray doesn't stop. "You berated a student. Publicly. Repeatedly. Do I need to remind the board what followed?" Langston straightens, jaw locked. "We are not built on blood sport," Gray says. "Prestige is not a coliseum." Langston looks past him. Right at me. "You'll regret this," he mutters. Not a threat. A declaration. He pivots and disappears down the corridor. Alexander gives me a final glance, unreadable. Cold curiosity in a school uniform. Then he follows. Talia spins the chair again, catches it by the leg, and rehooks it on the wall like it was all just rehearsal. "Dogs got bark," she says with a wink. Gone. Brooks appears beside me like he never left. "You get used to it," he says. "Or you loop." Gray exhales, fixes his cuff, nods to Brooks. "Get him to class." Just like that, the audience scatters. Phones vanish. The hallway breathes again like it forgot it was holding tension. But me, I'm still standing there. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And suddenly, I realize something. I haven't even made it to first period.
Footsteps behind you, closer every time. The mirrors are watching, secrets intertwined. Prestige Performing Arts Academy.
Bodies. Prestige takes everything.